This is like the worst frame that we could start on, but it's the last frame that we ended on. Losing to Rumi is something I'll always carry with me, but I can't stay depressed forever. Honestly, like, you know, I probably will. But I think one of the things that was like very cool about last episode is that, yeah, like it made us feel something, which is like always a good thing about a video game, right? And I think it's meant to hurt. It's not meant to be this thing where like, you know, you're supposed to like not feel bad about it. It's a choice that you make, and it makes the choices like, you know, mean something. But obviously it was just one of those situations where I said in the last episode, like I remember I finished the episode and I was like, you know, doing stuff you do after, you know, when you're finished all your stuff and you're kind of doing other stuff. And I kept every few minutes, I kept being like, damn, man, that's awful. You know, and I felt so awful about it, you know? But you guys are very, like, you know, as usual, you know, had, in my opinion anyway, like had some like great insight that I agree with, which is like, yeah, this is like what the game is doing. It's about like, you know, choices, and it's about like, you know, choices being heavy. And also at the same time, it really does, there's no right or wrong answer technically. It's only like the answer you chose, because it is one of those situations where like we saved Moko in that situation, and maybe other people as well. So like there's no, and we said that last time as well, there's like, you know, there's not really an answer to like, oh, what, like, who would you save? Because if you ask me then, okay, someone has to die at the academy, who would you choose? I'd be there for like a while, you know. You'd be like, what the hell like, what type of choice is this? And Darubi's just a character I adore so much as well. But yeah, like it is one of those things where like there's going to be many more choices. There's going to be many more harrowing things to happen. There's going to be many more crazy things to happen. And we just kind of have to like keep making those choices and hopefully make the right choices for us. Hopefully. But yeah, like I thought it was one of those things where it's like, you know, horrible to feel, but it's meant to be horrible. But it also like is one of those things where it's like, yeah, this game is very good at making you feel connected to characters and connected to the world, in my opinion. And to the point that like, you know, I went for being like, all these choices are like very interesting and weird and like, because here's the thing, you know, you can say like, oh, well, like, you know, killing Eito was a big choice, 100%, and I chose to spare him, but we didn't kill him, right? So in that moment, we didn't have that finality of someone dying. So really, I was still going along going like, okay, these are interesting choices, they're changing so much. But then like, I think it was the Darumi death that really made me go like, okay, these choices have like weight. You know, yeah, my name is Calvin, also known as Wormer. This is my first ever playthrough of Last Defense Academy. I just wanted to talk about that because I feel like it was a really big episode for me, and then also it was great reading your comments afterwards as well. And yeah, it was just really interesting time, very harrowing time, but also very reaffirming of my if you don't let me get sappy, my love for this game is always going to be reaffirmed, but like it was one of those situations where I didn't hate the game, you know what I mean? I hate the situation, because we see this as like a real world, and that situation was awful that we got into, you know what I mean? And it just made me feel really, you know, awful. But then it also like reaffirmed, you know, once again, which happens like I think like quite a bit, where it's like, man, like all of you like came into the comment section and were like, yeah, it sucks, but look at it this way, and then look at it this way, and it was really cool. It was really cool. So praise to you guys, 100%. Especially when like you knew that it was a very tough situation and stuff like that. I'm talking so much that it's actually gone past here. I have to keep it together so we don't lose anyone else. Even if I can't predict what will happen from here on, my experience can still be useful in other ways. I'm the leader and I have to set an example, yeah? I've got to maintain my relationship with the others too. That includes the guys from the other academy. I can't let tensions between the two teams escalate like they did last time. Avoid the mistakes of the past and guide everyone towards a better future. That's my role here. Free time. Wow, starting off with free time is pretty crazy. So I think we're going to continue on with trying to get the bonding events for Kako for now. So you might get her some more presents. We got some more materials as well, which is really good. Who's up here? Okay, Nozomi's here too. Nozomi's ready to talk right away, by the way. So, okay. I'm going to focus on some characters first and give some characters presents first. Right? That's just the way things go. We did the same thing in Danganronpa. But there's obviously like the Rumi was on the list, but she can't be on the list anymore. So now, oh, F off. Absolutely, man, that feels so bad to just keep them in the menu. But yeah, my priority now, of course, is like my two favorite characters are Gaku and Kako. They're the two that are going to go first that I'm going to be talking to. Nozomi will probably be after that, and yeah, I say Nozomi, right? Yeah, but there's so. Do you want to know what's so funny? Like I said, like I mentioned this last time, in Danganronpa, there's always like at least one character I'm like I have no interest in hearing what they have to say. You know what I mean? And that's happened to me before. And then there's also like two characters where I'm like, I could, take him or leave him. They're an interesting character, but I don't really need to talk to them. It's one of those situations where like I look through all these characters and like every one of them I'd love to talk to. You know what I mean? Even with like Kurata, it's like I want to learn more about her past. I want to learn more about how she got to this point, even if I don't like her that much. You know what I mean? Let's go buy a present. Sorry for like that was a long intro of me just chatting guys with you, but I hope you guys don't mind it too much. Let's go see if we can get some for coffee. And Nico's here as well, by the way, which is crazy. So let's look at the report card really quickly and see what we can get for. We know what that she likes, like the scooter and stuff like that. So if we can make the scooter again, that would be good. So detective merch and books. Let's see what we can do here. So if we go for filters and I guess like we just look through this stuff to see what's like detective merch, because like it's hard to really like pick that out, right? We get, well, no, it's literally the item detective merch. Okay. I forgot about that. But also like the scooter she likes too, right? And we have the scooter. Because it reminds her of her dad. I thought that was a magnifying glass for a second. I was like, that would definitely suit her quite a bit. Old-fashioned scooter. Yeah, I'm gonna give this to Kako. And we'll see, because I think you have to do it 3 times and you get a bonding event. So we'll see how that works. I'm so for it.
Oh, wow! I've never received something like this before. I love it.
Her oh wow is so funny to me.
Oh, wow!
So good. So good. Okay. And so now we have social studies up to 4, which is nice too. So can we check? We have to do it one more time. So can we just go buy her a scooter again? Is that how it works? Can we check in the menu? Because I think it is one more item, and then it boosts up their. Or I wonder, did they have to be on the map, like with the green thing activated? If so, like I can definitely like reload, but like. Actually, I'd have to save right now because I think it auto-saves quite a bit, right? Yeah, so like we missed out on one thing, but like honestly, we got our social studies up, which is cool as well. So let's go back to the rec room and see if we can get like that scooter again. And actually, Kako's here today. And if that works, we'll know that it works then. We'll know that it works. And if not, we can reload and then we'll just like only pick characters who are on the map at the time. Is there a detective book? Like a journal would work, right? Am I wrong in saying that? I think a journal would work as well, right? Because like detectives need journals. And they have a tag on her because she knows she likes it. Will we get the oh wow again?
Oh, wow!
I adore her. There we go. Fantastic. So did we get a bonding event right away? We do.
Takumi, do you prefer spicy food
with full
or
voice acting?
Sweet food?
Depends. Like for me personally, Calvin here, I love spicy food, but I like it. I don't like it too spicy. But I also do love I don't eat that much sweets, but I do love a cake or something. Cakes are nice. Donuts are lovely.
Sour or bitter? Light or thick tasting?
I love hearing the more voice acting, right? It's so cool. Sour, yes, kind of, sometimes. Light or thick tasting. Again, it depends. You know what I mean? Like, if you're eating like a pastry, sometimes you want it to be like light or thick,
I like it when they're all mixed together.
Okay.
A marriage of flavors, I think it's called.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more fun when you can't guess what you'll be tasting and feeling in your next bite.
Fair enough.
This must be why people say food is so profound.
Yeah.
I must continue to pursue its intricacies.
Do you know that meme of like I think it's a trend where the person stands in front of the camera and they're like, they're about to show off their stuff now, you be nice to them. I just imagine me like standing in front of like Kako being like, she's about to tell you about her weird food stuff, okay? And it's not weird. And you all love it and be nice. You know? Your bond with Kako Sugu is stronger now. That's awesome. Okay, so they're like little fun bonding events. Really cool. And like, I don't mind if she likes weird stuff, like, you know. It's only weird if you don't like it, you know?
You never know. Well then.
And a light and thick pastry together wouldn't be bad. Bitter and sour, you know, whatever. And their day's over. Now that I think about it, there's another ally I need to maintain a good working relationship with. The ghost boy who makes the undying flames. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. I know he says today he doesn't like him wandering around too much, but I'll need to speak to him about our plans going forward. He has a right to know. Should we go see him now, or should we check it out? Still thinking about my friends and the best way to protect them. I gradually drifted off. We have Takumi thinking a lot about how to be a leader now, right? That's like a thing he's thinking about now, which makes sense because he has a lot of responsibility here with the group. So I ended my second 10th day at the Last Defense Academy. They're looking to him for guidance, you know? And I think he is the best for the job. I would have said Eito in the past as well, by the way, which is crazy looking back now. But it made sense. He was very kind and smart at the time. It made sense. The morning announcement woke me up like usual. I got out of bed. Okay, guess I should go to the cafeteria. I always like cafeteria trips because you never know what you're going to get. You might get like everyone being smiling and happy and so good together. Or you might get like everyone about to like, wait, oh, two of them together? And Kyoshika. Or you might get everyone about to like murder each other, you know? Hello. I've thought long and hard about these secrets of the Special Defense Unit you mentioned, but I still don't have a clue what they might have been. If I do have them, they're probably hidden in the restricted part of my memory. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I could do. Believe me, I'd gladly tell you if I could. Honestly, it's one of those situations where, like, I personally have chosen not to trust Sade and Nigo. Not as like I don't hate them or anything, but I feel like it's a good thing to like put. Does this make sense? Put these guys first, you know? Kyoshika, all the characters. I'm going to put them first before the academy, always. Your habit animal even allows you to talk to the invaders. Color be surprised. But don't worry about me. Nigo is feeling left out. We already have translation software that allows us to understand them. Didn't I tell you that before? Well, it's no secret. It just never came up until now, that's all. You're better off ignoring anything the commanders say, though. They'll say anything to get you to drop your guard. And then bam, it's all over. We do know that they do lie. But also, at the same time, I'd never buy the thing where it's like, oh, you didn't ask. You know, you didn't ask. I think the only way that works is like with like Gollum or Schmeagol. You know what I mean? Because like, yeah, his personality is very much like, I only do what I'm asked of. But like most people have common sense to tell people of things that are important in certain situations. You know what I mean? Most creatures and people have that who can think. If it's an important thing and they wanted to tell you, they would tell you. But they didn't. This is something that Srei knew in the last playthrough as well and didn't tell us on the first day, but maybe he was going to tell us. These undying flames fair set my teeth on edge. But it's reassuring to know they protect us from the invaders. That's really weird. These undying flames fair set my teeth on edge. That sounds like a very Irish saying. Like, oh, jeez, that's fair rough. That's fair good. You know? It almost means like really, you know? But maybe I'm just reading it wrong. By the way, Sir Takumi, is the young man in the cage really as dangerous as you claim? He could be. He has the potential to be. He seems so meek and mild when I look at him. Perhaps he's just trying to deceive me. No, legitimately, like that's one of the things like that makes him such an interesting quote-unquote villain. Is that he's a character who like is very sweet looking, is very kind looking, is someone who like looks like who was like so here for the power of friendship. You know what I mean? He was like the big supporter of friendship. And that's what makes him such an interesting character, and the betrayal's so interesting. Because it was so surprising to me. Once everyone's in the cafeteria, Sade cleared his throat to make an announcement.
Hey!
May I have your attention, please? I didn't want to mention this yesterday and bring down the mood, but today is a new day. Oh, he said he was going to say something, right? There's something I need to get clear. What could he be talking about? Look at this group. It's weird not having Darumi because, again, the reason I love Darumi so much is not only just because she's... Oh my god. I've never been on this side. There's like a whole boots here. This is really cool. I've literally never gone past here, so I never even noticed they were boots. That's so cool. And there's like fish out here. Fishies. Oh, they're so cute. Okay. I didn't know you could go this far. That's awesome. But yeah, Darumi would always be here to lighten the mood, honestly. Work hard, study well, and eat, sleep plenty. That's how I was taught to live my life. Not a bad way of looking at it, you know what I mean? It's, if it works for you. Saray has something to discuss. We should listen. Yeah, but I want to talk to everyone as well. Hiroko. I wonder what Saray is talking about. Hi, Zobi. How are you? Something he wants to get clear? What's that all about? What's this all about? This school's metal shop is pretty sweet. You should be honored you'll get to see the Otsutsuki weapon manufacturing skills in person. I mean, if you can make weapons, that's awesome. How are you, Kako? Will this take long? I thought of a new recipe I want to try out. Hurry up, okay? Hurry up. Whatever this issue is, I hope we clear it up quick and get back to breakfast. I'm famished. Yeah, honestly. How are you, my boy? Jeez, does he have to spring this stuff on his first thing? I also, yeah, Eva's gonna be a priority too when it comes to these conversations because we know he passed away before. I'm making sure that I talk to all these characters before anything could happen to him again. And again, we will eventually talk to everyone if we can. And I don't know if you can do it over multiple playthroughs and routes. That would be awesome. That'd be super cool. I don't know what Saray wants to talk about, but it's bound to be more interesting than anything I can come up with. Don't say it that way. That guy in the cage outside the continental hatred of humanity, right? I'd love to dissect him and figure out what makes him tick. Honestly, Eito is so like good at like talking and stuff like this that I genuinely think that like he would like talk magic you into like somehow him dissecting you. Honestly, no. Actually, I don't think Yuga was too smart for that. Yuga was way too smart for that. My only issue with this place is the baths. They're way too small for a heavyweight like me to stretch out. We could ask about that. Like, it's not fair that, you know, they're not built for all sizes, you know? It's not very fair. So what's the issue you want to clear up today? Well, now it's like this. Saray plodded through the crowd and finally came to a stop in front of Nozomi.
Nozomi Kitafuji. Just who the heck are you?
Because she doesn't have any, like, records here? Because maybe she chose to come here. What?
Yeah.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Oh, yeah. There's no record of anyone like you in the Special Defense Unit personnel files. It's crazy this is coming up on the 11th day, right? And all this is getting revealed right now. There's not? What do you mean there's not? Didn't you check? What do you think she was getting registered in the Revive-O-Matic? You sorry excuse for a second command? Oh, don't say that. Well, you see, Miss Kitafuji's having an animus so weak, I assumed she was a special case. I didn't want it to seem like I was discriminated against her, so I led her the artificial class armor we've been working on, and she's been so beneficial to the team. Without her, like, no, let's be honest, Nozomi is OP. OP. She was all too happy to go along with it, so I quite forgot about pursuing the matter any further. Now, hold on just a minute. Nozomi's not in your files? What does that mean? Nobody knows. It means she's not one of us. She's an outsider. Someone stuck in about. No. We're not doing this right now. No. She's great. We love her. She's part of the team.
Huh?
An outsider? Ooh. We don't have her DNA on record. She doesn't have a bomb in her either. She's an outlier, an irregular. She's not one of the members chosen from this unit. Then what is she doing here? Can I just tell them, like, would it be good for Takumi to just say, hey, she fought with us for 100 days and then, like, sacrificed herself for everyone? You know, would that be good? You know what I mean? She sacrificed herself for everybody. We probably already told them, right?
Oh.
She's here now. No use worried about it. I agree, Moko. I'm with Team Moko. You can't just shrug it off like that. She may be planning to turn on us, just like Mr. Atsuki. And honestly, again, we talk, but we try to be like reasonable with every character here. And Mr. Good Hair Ima Tsukumo here, is a representation of like why this game I love it so much and why people like, you know, I've been seeing more reviews of people being like, you know, the like who don't like the game, and for me, like, you know, one of the things I can never agree with is people saying that, like, you know, the characters are like, you can say the characters are over the top, but for me, like, yes, they're over the top, but they're very realistic in a lot of ways, and their conflicts and their passion, the way they get passionately like disagree with stuff. And here it's like a real feeling, right? We already know one person's gonna betray us. Why couldn't this person betray us too? You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, it's a real worry to have. That's not true. I never betray you, and I know this for sure. Then tell us the truth. Who are you? How would you infiltrate our unit? And for what purpose? Miss Kitafuji? You probably turned a blind eye to all this since Nozomi was a useful fighter. I was hoping Saray would do the same, but I guess it won't be that simple. Either way, she's going to be in a big trouble if I don't do something. What is the meaning of this, Lady Nozomi? We simply want to know your true intentions. The longer you stay silent, the worse it will go for you.
Ooh.
Did a dissonant faction send you here to sabotage the mission? No, of course not. I never do anything like that. Can we vouch for her? We know she fought with us for 100 days. Well, for 70 days. That's right, Nozomi's not our enemy. In my future, she fought to protect the school just like the rest of us. She even gave her life to keep us safe. Exactly, 100%. Why would she do all that if she wasn't on our side? Speaking of the future, do you know where she comes from? It must come up in your timeline, right? Nope. 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 We can't say that. Nope. Well, nope. Is it true, Nozomi? Have you been keeping secrets from us? From me? You can see her panicking. Don't just stand there. Answer me. No. Stop pressuring her, please. Everyone calm down. You can hit me if you need someone to take out your frustration. So that's very sweet, but we're not going to be doing that either. Put out Melonhead. Answer my question, Nozomi. Everyone's starting to get suspicious of Nozomi. At this rate, they'll turn against her just like before. I can't let that happen. I can't let her get isolated again. But no one's really gotten to know her yet. Even the team from the second academy has only spent a little over 10 days with her. I don't think they'll trust her unless they hear the truth. No, wait. Wait, what's happening here? If she's afraid to tell him herself, maybe I should do it for her? No. No, is this going to be a choice? The reason why I'm saying no, is because I genuinely think that, like, this is not our thing to tell. We promised we wouldn't say this. Right? Like, like, to me, it's like a promise through the ages. They've already accepted that I'm from the future. I doubt anything I say now will sound too unbelievable. I did promise her I wouldn't tell anyone, but I can't leave things like this. But that's the thing we promised. No, it is a choice. What should I do here? No freaking way. What in the hell? It's just yes or no? Then no. I'm no. Yeah. That's an easier choice for me. But no, here's the thing. I understand it is about, like, making people trust her. Like, let's talk through this anyway, even though I'm going to say no. Right? The reason why I think that I'm going to say no is because we promise, and a promise lasts through the ages. It doesn't just last one time for me, personally. On my first way through. As always, like, the way we're doing this first route is the choices I want to make. Right? And eventually we're going to make choices that, like, if we want to do another route after this, if you guys want to see that, the choices that we will make will be, like, maybe a little bit different. It depends on the route. Obviously, if we're trying to get to a different route, we're going to have to make different choices. But it's also going to be a thing where, like, those choices will... The choices after that will be our choices again, you know? But the reason why you would say yes is to make people trust her. So it's like, here's her history. Here's how we're going to lay this all out. Here's what happened. It sucks. But, like, she's really gone through a lot, right? The reason I'm saying no is because our relationship with Nozomi and Kadoa is so important. And, like, and again, it's one of those things where we're this is tough. Oh my God, I'm talking myself into, like, not being sure anymore. We're lying to everybody. We are lying to everybody. Technically, we're not lying. We're doing the same thing we did last playthrough, which is not reveal the truth. It's not our place to say, right? And here's the thing. If you have a group of people that you know, say, like, let's use a family, right? And your sibling came to you. I know it's a different situation. This is the person that he adores more than anything in the world and stuff like this. But, like, say someone comes to you in your family, you're like, hey, here's something that happened, and it's no immediate threat to anybody. It doesn't hurt anybody in the moment, and stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's like you don't say anything. I know, maybe that's a bad example, because I think that, like, the way the game will phrase this, I think, is like by saying that it actually does hurt people because they won't know about but I think we told them about the cryptoglobin and stuff, right? Yeah, we did. So they know about the cryptoglobin. They just don't know the stuff about Nozomi. The only thing they do not know in this whole story is about Nozomi's secret. And I feel like that's a big story for her. It's about her mother, ending her own life. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, that's why I'm saying no. And for me personally, again, as always, there's no wrong choices, you guys said. If you guys chose yes, please let me know why. For me, I'm going to choose no. I don't feel comfortable revealing this right now. At least not talk. We should talk to Nozomi beforehand. I want to keep you everyone. I'm about. Yes, I'm about to tell you a secret from the others. At least until we make it to day 100. Exactly. Yes. It'll be okay. If I'll keep it a secret, I promise. Okay. Thank you. I can't. It's not my place to tell them about it. Yeah, it's a very serious thing that happened in her life. You know what I mean? And here's the thing. I want to make it clear as well, right? If Ima came to me and said some secret that was really horrible about his life, and he said, don't tell anyone else, I'm not saying anything. And again, I know it's different because this directly affects, you know, everyone else. But even if like it was a situation where like, let's say by accident, Ima destroyed the defense unit or something. Or let's use like, I don't know, like who, like by accident Shoma destroyed it or something, or anyone. And they came to me like, look, I did this. I just needed to get this off my chest. I'm sorry. And again, that's way less serious. I know it's way less serious. But again, it involves the safety of people in the Defense Academy. If they said to me this, I would keep that secret. You know what I mean? As long as it could get repaired. And it wasn't on purpose or anything, you know? Nozomi's not trying to hurt anybody. At all. I know maybe there's like a different moral questions like everyone have a right to know. I think it should be enough to say that I know Nozomi is a good person. She fought alongside us. She will not betray us, you know? That's the way I look at it. It's deeply connected to Nozomi's past, and I don't want to break my promise to her. Yeah, and like, it's such a harrowing thing to like have to like think about all the time, and then to have everyone else like, you know, thinking about it too, to reveal it to like, what, 15 people all in one go? It's a big deal. It's a big deal. But again, I understand like why the yes choice is there. Like every choice. The idea of the yes choice there is because it is like a thing where you're making everyone feel more secure. But I think this was framed as just making everyone like Nozomi. Whereas I would rather talk to her about it and then see what she feels about it, you know? Sure, no one remembers that world now, but I still don't want to do anything to undermine what happened back then. It's not too late. I can tell the others later after I've built some more trust with them. So that's your choice then. Have it. Oh, but they're not going to trust her, aren't they not? Just stay away from now, and I don't want to breathe this. She hasn't done it. Oh my God. I know why they're saying this is because she's not on record. It's very weird. Kurara, are you deaf or stupid? I told you to stay away from it. This is the consequences. Every choice is going to have a consequence. I'd rather go on a date with Gaku than talk to you. Gaku's lovely, Kurara. For real? What do you feel? Gaku, here's the thing. You're gonna be lovely. Whichever girl you end up with is gonna be a lucky person, a hardworking person who's very kind and proactive, and he's a DJ on the side. Everyone's gonna freaking adore you, right? But I think she was insulting you, buddy. Gaku, yeah, I think so, Gaku. Anyway, I'm done here. Do whatever you want. What's happening here is that there is like a very painful consequence to this. Nozomi is going to be isolated in some way. So we're gonna have to work on that. The other option was telling the secret. I don't know. It's again, if one, as you guys said, there's no wrong choices, but every choice will have a consequence. I hope that our word can help, though, right? With that, Kurara quickly took her leave. Well, that was the most awkward thing I've ever seen. What now? It is awkward. It is very awkward. But again, it's one of those situations where, like, it was either that or... It's tough. It's tough. Again, we're seeing the consequences. We are seeing what happened here. What happened here now is that there's going to be more people that distrust Nozomi. Why not relieve your stress by using me as a punching bag? We're not doing that. I don't particularly care to argue, but it's true that we won't be able to trust you completely until you tell us what you're hiding. Until then, I appreciate if you kept your distance from me as well. Rough. Absolutely rough. Because even if you didn't plan to talk to someone, you know, when you're like in a group of people that's this tight, it can be very weird for someone to tell you to like not, you know, to not go near me. Hiroki, you don't have to put it like that. You're strangely supportive of talking to me. Did something happen between you two? Yes, we fought together for 100 days. Shut up. That should be enough for me. 3, that's enough. But again, I understand why they're not trusting. This is a scary situation. They just went through a crazy battle where like someone died. So I understand. Not that I carry the way. I'm sorry for ruining your morning. If anyone wants me, I'll be in my room. It's okay. It's definitely okay. It's only not you too. Everyone left the cafeteria one after the other. Soon enough, Sade and I were the only ones there. Everyone just walked out. Is that a classroom chaos they warned teachers about? Personally, I agree with the Shizuhara. I won't tell you anything, but you gotta trust me. Did Kirafuji really think that would fly? Yes, and here's the thing. 100% this makes sense. Right? I'm not giving you any information about who I am. So, of course, people are not going to trust her. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Right? I'm not gonna look at everyone else and be like, you're being irrational. You know what I mean? But I hope eventually we can build back up that trust again with Nozomi and the team, because she is such a benefit to the team. She's such a good person. And also, like, you know, I think letting people know as well, like, hey, in the future, everyone effing, but then again, you'd have to reveal why. I don't think he probably I wonder, did he reveal the betrayal? Because then you'd have to reveal why she was betrayed, right? Not betrayed, why she was like neglected, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, the special defense unit is going to fall apart of this, right? Yeah, and probably why you maybe should have gone to her personally, maybe would have been a better idea. And that would mean a lot of work for me. You put a lot of work on your table. You made people divided now, 100%.
Looks like you're up, Samino. You're the team leader after all.
Wait a second. So you came into the cafeteria, right? Spilt a bunch of milk on the table, handed me a kitchen roll and said, "Get to work." That's what you just did.
Hey!
I know you don't have to tell me. Sorry if my voice is going. It sounds like it is, right? That's right. It's my job to keep this team together, no matter what it might take. You'll know if there's my voice is gone because no more videos after this, but oh, it's nighttime already. After the incident in the cafeteria, I played out different scenarios in my mind, but couldn't come up with any solid solutions. Before I knew it, it had gotten dark outside. I wonder if, like, as well, Saray, like, didn't intentionally do this to make us, like, be more of a leader, but what if it was on the situations where he's like, oh, this is a good opportunity for you to be a leader, you know? It's late already. I got up off my bed with a sigh. I should be getting some sleep, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Yeah, a lot of nervous things. Like, again, now we're thinking about, like, should we have said something? Should we have done this? Even though, like, I if we could do it again, I wouldn't. Maybe I'll go for a stroll. Figuring it'd be better than agonizing my room. I dragged my heavy body out the door. Yeah, it is one of those situations where, like, even if it's just a tiny bit, I think everyone watching this can say, it's like we understand why they would be on not trusting Nozomi, and also at the same time, you can also be upset that they don't trust Nozomi. You know, two things can coexist. You know, it's nuanced. For sure. Staring up at the stars again. I walked around the school for a while with no real purpose. It occurred to me I never really wandered alone at night like this. Interesting. Yeah, we probably haven't we not? The only sounds among the silence were my own footsteps. Not a bad idea. Surrounded by this quiet, it was hard to believe we were fighting a war for an ongoing existence of humanity. And what I mean by not a bad idea, sometimes it's okay just to sit in quietness and stand in quietness. It's actually probably good sometimes. If only everything up to this point was a dream. How nice would it be if Karawa was there by my side when I woke up tomorrow? Oh my god. He adores this gal more than life itself. And we know this. We know this. I indulged in the pointless fantasy as I walked, eventually finding my way to the courtyard. Oh my god, you went to the courtyard? Buddy went to Eito. You don't just wander to Eito, buddy.
Hello, Takumi. Out for an evening stroll?
Yep. I know what's crazy? Like, this is a perfect strolling place, so it makes sense. Eito. I forgot he was here. I chose the wrong place to go, so it was a forgetful thing. Okay. Don't look so uncomfortable. You'll hurt my feelings. Can you read my expression? I thought I looked like a monster to you. I can read you like a book, Takumi. For example, I can tell you're deeply troubled by something right now. Eito was so on the mark that it left me a lost words. Yes, he is unbelievably good at reading you. He is, and I think we're getting that idea already. What are you talking about? Come on, you don't need to hide it. You and I have something special. I'd be glad to listen to your worries, you know? Come to think of it, he said something similar before. Yeah, he wanted to talk to us, yeah. You can tell me things you can't tell anyone else. I'm the perfect confidant. How do you figure that? I'd be good at keeping secrets for starters. I don't have much choice. It's not like I have a chance to talk to anyone else. I still don't trust that. I guess he really meant it. Wait, we can't wait, no. And in truth, I wasn't getting any closer to come up with a solution. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to just talk. See, you know what's happening now? We're going through something very stressful. And any avenue that seems like it could work seems very preferable. You know, seems good. Although the idea of turning to someone like Eito for help really irritated me. I really feel like it's one of those situations where you can't. I wouldn't go to Eito in this situation, but I'm looking at it from Takumi's perspective of someone who's gone through so much at this point. Is he just looking for any person to talk to? He can't talk to Nozomi about what's happening right now. He can't talk to anyone else because he's going to have to reveal some stuff as well, right? Fine. Okay, did we explain everything? How I decided, oh, whoa. Against revealing Nozomi's past and how that led to everyone becoming suspicious of her. I see, the solution seems pretty simple to me though. Oh, what is it? What's your solution? What do you mean? You just have to lie. Lie? Exactly, for example. Why don't you tell them Nozomi is actually an invader who's... No, an invader who switched sides. Let's not do that. An invader who switched sides? Maybe she was originally in the running to being a commander, but she was ostracized due to her weak cryptoglobin. Her memory is vague to the abuse she suffered, but the one thing she does remember is a desire to get revenge on those who abandoned her. The fact that he has already come up with all this stuff means like his... there's two things. He thinks of things in a way of almost like the baseline of manipulation, right? But also at the same time, his mind is working 10,000 miles per second. Like, to come up with this so quickly... And in order to exact this revenge, she hid her true identity and infiltrated the Special Defense Unit. That's why she wasn't able to reveal her past, or maybe she couldn't because of her memory was so uncertain. Something like that should do the trick anyway. Jesus Christ, Eito. Lying is second nature to you, huh? It's almost impressive. That's what I'm saying. That's literally just what I said, right? In other words, right? It's like how he come up with that so quickly. And it's like manipulation is like his baseline. You know what I mean? Oh, stop. You're going to make me blush. Jesus Christ, Eito. Oh my God.
Hey!
I was being sarcastic. Do you honestly think everyone would believe such a hastily put together story? All you need to do is ready some evidence. Eito, what are we doing? Evidence? Make a temporary tattoo or... What? He's already thought of everything. Make a temporary tattoo or something in the gift-o-matic and slap it on Nozomi's arm. Say it's proof she was eligible to be a commander. Don't you think the others would buy that? The wink as well. Well, if I was that thorough in my story, maybe they would believe it. It would be all the more credible if I told them she revealed everything to me earlier. Yeah, I don't think we should lie like that. On the other hand, though, sorry for wasting your creative thinking, Eito, but I'd rather not lie to my team. I agree. I think the best solution is to have Nozomi just gain the trust over time. I think that's the best thing we could do. I want to survive with everyone this time. To do that, I need to build a real, genuine trust. Yes, I love it. Love it. No matter how much it might be for the sake of bringing the team together, I don't think you can gain real trust by lying. I also agree. And I don't want to lie to these guys. I think not revealing someone's secret is different from lying, right? I think it's different. Well, whatever works for you. But let me give you one last piece of advice, Takumi.
A leader's job isn't to be honest. It's to lead everyone to a happy ending. To grab hold of a happy future no matter what it takes.
And he knows about the time travel stuff now?
That's why you came back from the future.
Oh,
right?
Jesus Christ. Well, just messing with you. Was that too mean? No, you knew exactly what you were doing. He knew he was going to plant something in Takumi's brain about this as well, about what's leadership and like what's the actual way to do this. You should just do whatever you want. We can though. I'll be cheering for you from the shadows, or rather from here in my cage. They have made Eito from a character who we went to for advice in the first game, in the first route, as a friend, to a character that like is like the only person that we could literally like talk to at some points. But now he's like so like, again, I want to make it clear, like, I'm glad he's in the cage. I'm glad he's not just roaming about the place, right? You know, because look at what he's able to plot up here. Look at what he already created in his mind from just being in this cage. My thing is, with Eito, is that I think the way they're doing this is so interesting. I think it makes his character so much more like, what's the word I'm looking for? But I think with this run, with the Eito in the cage thing, they have made him into a character who is like, he's scarier. He's scarier now than he ever was. But it's crazy that inside the cage, he's even scarier than he was outside the cage. It's almost like one of those situations where, like, if you're playing a horror game, and it's almost like, you know, like, oh, we have... perfect example is probably like FNAF or something. You know, we know where the characters are, and it almost makes it even scarier. It's not like a thing of, you know, it's not uncertainty of like where are they? No, they're on the stage, you know? It makes him, there's something about it that makes it scary that we know where he is and how he's acting and the type of stuff he's saying. Like, and he's laying it all out in front of us in this very manipulative fashion. He's terrifying. Have a good night. I'll give you, look at this, the wave and the smile. Apparently Eito has decided our conversation was over. He decided it. I didn't feel like talking more anyway, so I left the courtyard.
A leader's job isn't to be honest. It's to lead everyone to a happy ending.
This is the thing. This is the thing. He is like, I think it's one of those things that, like, I don't trust Eito in this situation, but what he's saying here, it does plant a bit of like a new idea into Takumi's head, because obviously, like, there's a lot of responsibility in Takumi's head, and to hear someone be like, it's not about being honest, it's about getting everyone to the happiest ending, and that's what Takumi wants. He wants to get everyone to the best ending possible, for everyone to be alive. And I wonder if Takumi's going to think then, if I lie, will that lead to more happiness? Even after I returned to a room where I crawled into bed, Eito's words echoed around inside my head. I just don't agree with the idea of lying to the group. You know what I mean? I just don't, personally. Personally. I feel like that's a lie you can't go back on. And like, to me, like, I don't know, like, if you told everyone that he was like, that she was like an invader, I thought that would lead to like even more danger. I don't know. This morning, guess I better get up. I tried thinking things out after I spoke with Eito yesterday, but it didn't end up getting anywhere. I didn't know what the right decision was, but racking my brain over it wasn't going to change anything. Whatever I was going to choose to do, I need to make sure I was prepared. I need to get some fuel for my brain. I should go to the cafeteria. Oh, they're like forcing us to go to the cafeteria now, which is very strange. I don't usually do this. Oh, she's on her own. I arrived outside the cafeteria and noticed Nozomi standing awkwardly next to the door. Are you okay? What's up? Come on with me. No, we're not having this. Come on with me. Or Takumi. Alyssa's smile rose to Nozomi's face. Aren't you going to go in? Well, just as I was wondering what was wrong, I overheard the conversation happening on the other side of the door.
Huh?
Mrs. Suzuki, would you not try to infect us all with your bad mood? I can hardly eat with you scowling like that. Your cookie is completely inedible, as it is. No, it's not. How rude. Today's salty and spicy milk rice is a bona fide masterpiece. Yeah, a masterpiece. This flavor is going to revolutionize the culinary word. He's so right. Sounds like I'm pulling a coup d'etat, if you ask me. He's right, though, Kurata. It's really gotten not nice to spread your bad mood around. Turn that frown upside down, and if you can't hit me until you can. Here's the thing, I don't like Kurata very much, but okay, if she's just scowling, let her scowl. You know what I mean? Everyone deserves to scowl every now and then. But if she's like being mean to people, that's different. Honestly, I get how you're feeling. I hate to doubt a friend, but just something ain't right about Nozomi. Lady Nozomi would never do anything to betray us, I agree. I want to believe that too, but... I see, so that's the problem. If I go in now, things will be really awkward. Come on with me, I don't mind. I'll be awkward. I guess I'll try again later. See you, Takumi. There was a sadness in Nozomi's expression that betrayed her laughter. Hold it, Nozomi. What is it? I instinctively reached out to stop her. Can we meet up later tonight? I want to talk to you about something. Talk? Can't we do that now? No, there's some things I have to do. Night will be better. Sure. I'll be waiting in my room. Thanks. See you tonight. It's very difficult, right, to be excluded in this way, knowing that, like, the only way to, like, really solve this is to tell, like, you know, one of your most harrowing and traumatic experiences, you know? Having cemented our plans, we left the cafeteria. Things would just get worse if I wasted all my time worrying. So I'll get ready and I'll tell Nozomi everything I know that's on my mind. Then I'll make my choice. Do I tell the truth, even if it makes everyone distrust me? Or do I lie to... So this is going to be a choice to preserve the unity of the Special Defense Unit? Night came. With all my preparations complete, I went to Nozomi's room. I rang her doorbell feeling slightly nervous. We're just going for this. They're like pushing us through the game a lot more, right? Shortly afterwards, the door slowly opened. Oh, hey, Takumi. I've been waiting for you. Sorry I'm late. I had some stuff to do. It's no problem at all. Glad to hear it. It's so interesting, day 12, right? You see day 12 in the corner almost feels wrong, in a way, for us to be having like such a conversation with Nozomi already, you know? Well then, come on in. I can't make you stand on the doorstep while we talk. Sure, thanks. Sorry for the intrusion. The first thing I'm doing in paranoia is kicking underneath the bed. You know what I mean? The first thing I'm doing is like kicking underneath the bed. I'm gonna be like, hey, can you look under your bed for a second? It's not my first time in Nozomi's room. In this timeline it is, but I still feel a little nervous here. It smells nice.
Would you like some tea?
This is Katawa, right? This is Katawa. Now, they've been in the room a million times before, right? But obviously, like, I think it's such an interesting dynamic that Nozomi is like almost seeing like a different person to him sometimes. And while that's like, you know, it is, we kind of had that reveal at the end of the last one that it seems to be Katawa as well, right? The whole, because, you know, she remembered him in the end, like Taki, you know? It is still like, no matter what, I think because he separates Nozomi and Katawa sometimes in his mind, it's no longer the same thing. You know what I mean? And I wonder if it's one of those things where, like, you know, they hung out in each other's room all the time. We saw that in flashbacks. But it's one of those things where, like, if you gradually do that from when you're kids to when you're older, it's way easier, you know? Way easier.
Oh no, no need to fuss over me.
Oh my god.
None at all.
He's like, freaking blushing and, like, stumbling over his words.
Oh no, no need to fuss over me. None at all.
Listen.
Oh no, no need to fuss over me. None at
That
all.
oh no.
Oh no.
What are you saying, Takumi? You're being silly.
You have no idea, Nozomi, how much this means to him. With a soft laugh, Nozomi poured some black tea. The fresh scent permeated her room. After enjoying some idle chit-chat, Nozomi brought us to the topic at hand. So what did you want to talk about? What's about your secret? Nozomi looked as she'd been expecting this. She listened intently as I talked. You said you traveled through time to get here. Very smart of her to think we would know, right? Very smart. So I wondered, do you already know about my past? Yes. Because I think she knew she was going to tell people on day 100 anyway, right? After that, I told Nozomi everything I'd heard from her during my first 100 days. Honestly, very, very, very good that we're having this on the table, right, as well. Because again, we're not going to lie to Nozomi and pretend we don't know either. Kamakura General Hospital, the cryptoglobin transfusions, the rejection symptoms, her mother's suicide, the way she joined the missions by sneaking into the spare pod, and everything about Katawa too. The Katawa stuff as well, by the way. She was shocked, of course. Did we tell her about the last moments, though? I guess it was only natural for her to react that way, hearing someone she barely knew recounting something she never told anyone before. Yeah. All the more so when someone adds, hey, you might also be my childhood friend, but you've lost all your memories of me. Yes. This, no matter what, even if, like, you have a reason to believe him, it's difficult. it would mess my mind up. This is everything you and I talked about last time. Well, I'm kind of shocked. I guess confused. Sorry, it's probably pretty off-putting to hear all this. It is. Honestly, I'm a little creeped out. Of course. So natural to be creeped out by this. I'm sorry, but it's not like that. I'm not a stalker or anything. It already happened. I understand, Takumi. I know you're not that kind of person. Oh my god. The change from, remember when we first met in Nozomi and she wouldn't even look at us. Rightly so, in fairness, though, because the first thing we did was like grab her hands and be like, oh my god. You know, it would make you feel weird. I just couldn't wrap my head around it at first. After taking a sip of her tea, Nozomi let out a big sigh. I really trusted you, didn't I? It sounds weird coming out of my mouth, but yeah, I think you did have some faith in me. You once told me it was easy to talk to me because I felt like an old acquaintance, which is so crazy what that turned out to be, right? I might understand that a little. Strange enough, I feel that way right now too, which is fantastic. It's really good, right? She smiled faintly, almost seeming to stare off into the distance. Okay, I think I've taken it all in. I'll believe what you're telling me, Takumi. Thank you, Nozomi. But let me say one thing. Karawa Kashimiya, was it? I'm not her. I haven't lost my memory. It's interesting that, like, we have unrefutable personal experience in our mind that we know that she called us Taki as soon as she held us. But how do you prove that to somebody? Right? Even if like you had even if you had a DNA test, you know what I mean? Would you believe it? Would you want to believe it? That your whole experience, your life is a lie? Not a lie, but you're a whole different person? You know what I mean? So don't get any strange expectations from me. I'm Nozomi Kitafuji, no one else. Nozomi, can I say, Takumi's gotten really good at being respectful about that. He's so good with that. Yeah, I understand. I won't bring it up again. I decided to switch gears. Yeah, he's gotten so good at that. But now, onto the real topic of discussion. I don't think we can keep going the way things are. If the Special Defense Unit is fractured, it'll negatively impact future battles. And above all, I don't want you to have to feel the way you did this morning. So I've come up with a solution. A solution? Yes. I explained the idea involving wait, what? I told Nozomi this explanation would convince everyone to trust her without revealing her true identity. What? A few lives would be necessary evil to keep Special Defense Unit working together. We're gonna do this? We've decided? I thought it was going to be a choice. Everything's ready. All we have to do is decide. Oh, okay. Do we tell everyone the truth or do we lie? Nozomi fell into a deep silence after hearing my explanation. She told me that she couldn't reveal herself because she was afraid everyone would doubt her. But I was sure that even beyond that, there was the trauma from what happened with her mother. Having to speak about her beloved mother's painful end to people she barely knew. I knew I wouldn't want to do that.
I don't know. I don't know what I should do.
Maybe it was cruel to stress her further by pressing for a decision. Somebody needed to support her. Yes, 100%. And that person would have to be me.
A leader's job isn't to be honest. It's to lead everyone to a happy ending.
We can't lie like that. We can't. I think that would lead to more distrust. Was lying really the right choice? I couldn't say for sure. But I had to make a choice. I needed to decide what we would tell the rest of the Special Defense Unit. Right now? Guys, this is... It might even seem hypocritical. I don't think it is, actually. I don't think it is. Because it's going to say that, like, I'm not going to lie about this. It's not my place to lie either. I think it should be her choice. I think it should be Nozomi's choice. Right? It should be. But... And again, we'll talk through this as well. I think I'm telling the truth, right? I think that's what we should do. I think that, like, if she's comfortable to do it, we could lay it on the table, but only if she's comfortable not to do this. The issue is with telling a lie, right? Is that, first of all, these are also my teammates. I don't want to deceive them in that fashion. I don't. I care about these characters so much. I care about all of them. And you guys know I do. I care about everyone in this group. And the last thing I want to do is, like, lie to them at all. So I'm personally in the idea of telling the truth if Nozomi is comfortable with it, right? Now, here's the thing. We didn't tell them about it before, but if it's Nozomi saying it, then I feel like it's better. It's just going to be a very stressful situation. But you understand when I'm saying that a lie would mean that I think we put her in a worse situation. I do. It's her personal feelings on this. But, like, do you guys not feel like telling them that she's an invader would put her in a higher suspicion as well? That's terrifying. That is to me that's even worse thing than just lying and not saying anything. I genuinely think if we lied and said that she was an invader, it would lead to, like, more trouble. I can't fathom a world in that they don't have more distrust. And then she's gonna have to, like, tell them stuff about the invaders, but I guess, like, we already know, like, a lot of the stuff about the invaders and stuff like this too. Because then why can't they just be like, hey, then what's this about? She's gonna have to come up with something that's false. We're gonna have to keep lying. If you lie about this once, you have to lie about this over and over again. And I know it's a horrible thing to say because, again, it's her business, but I'm gonna go with the truth. And hopefully Nozomi's okay with this. Hopefully. Because if not, I'm going to feel absolutely terrible. And you guys, I hope you guys understand, I know the weight of this. I know she's going to have to talk about this with a lot of people that they're just, new people. I know this. But I think if I know the group well, they will understand, at least the majority of them, and they're very supportive when they want to be, and I think in this situation they'll be more than supportive. But again, I don't think either decision is right here. I think if we tell the truth, we're like, in a way, I worry about putting pressure on Nozomi to do this, even though I think it'll be okay in the end. I think it could be. But if we do a lie, you have to keep lying, and then we betray the trust of every member in that academy. And if they find out the lie, we're done. It's over. There's no coming back from that then. You know what I mean? There's no coming back from that then. If they find out that lie that we made, we're dead. They would literally execute us on the spot. Like, why wouldn't they? They'd get rid of us at least, right? At the very least.
Nozomi, I still think we should tell the truth.
How is this gonna go? This is gonna be rough. Wait, what? You know what I mean? Like, this is still something very personal. I hope you guys get where I'm coming from. Because it doesn't feel... It's not easy. But again, I just think that if we told a lie in that moment, it becomes a bigger lie. And then if they find out, we're done. Like, here... Like, if they found out what we were saying wasn't true somehow, like, what's to stop them from just getting rid of us? And would you blame them fully for trying to get rid of someone that, like, pretended that they were an invader? You couldn't trust them ever again. It might sound crazy after all I already went to all those these lengths, but covering up an inconvenient truth with a lie and having to lie again to keep it going, we'd have to lie and lie and lie over and over. At some point, it's all bound to come crashing down. Yes, and we're dead. I genuinely think that they'd have a right to either kick us out or kill us. And not a right, that sounds horrible, but you know what I mean? Like, they would. Because again, in their mind, it's like we just lied to them again. Just saying whatever's most convenient is no way to build authentic trust. So I want to tell everyone the truth, but again, it's up to Nozomi, really. I know what I'm saying isn't easy, but I think it's the best thing you can do. As much as you need. You need 20 days? Think about it. Can I have some time to think? Yeah, sure. As much as you need, that wasn't something I could force. Of course. Jesus, as much time as she needs. But I genuinely stand by, like, the idea that if we keep lying, especially that lie, we're done. Like, there's no trust. It's two things. We would, if they found out, they would have a right to, like, not a right. I keep saying right, but is it bad to say that? Because it's like, if you find out people were lying about being an invader this whole time, and they already have the knowledge that she's not on the records. They already distrust her. If they said leave, you get out of here, would anyone blame their feelings? No. But also, I understand that this is so tough. This is so tough. So all we can do is literally suggest it to Nozomi. We can't tell them for her. I'd said everything I want to say. All that was left was for wait for Nozomi to come to her own conclusion. Of course, we gave our advice, which is not a bad thing. You can give your advice and give your input. Sorry for bothering you so late at night. The tea was delicious. That's a very sweet thing to say. It's fine. See you. And at least we're leaving with a smile, right? Good night. Because it's not just about... But I want to make it clear, it's not just all about us dying. It's also the fact, as I said before, I do not want to build a relationship on... I love those characters, and I do not want to lie to them like that. I collapsed in my bed once I was back in my room. Did I make the wrong decision? What will Nozomi choose to do? I mulled over these questions without coming up with any answers and fell asleep soon after. Day 13.
Get prepared. Be ready to give.
I wonder if it will be a few days before she decides. Morning again. I woke up a little later than usual. Yeah, you were talking late. I must have been sluggish after so many sleepless nights. Nozomi's probably still struggling. Dwelling on it isn't going to help. I gotta get out of bed and shake off the haziness and decide to go eat breakfast. So we're going to do another cafeteria run. They're forcing us to go to the cafeteria this run. There's no walking. Huh? Oh, it's raining outside. That's lovely. On the way to the cafeteria, I came across Hiroko and Sade, deep in conversation.
Oh.
That's all I managed to gather yesterday?
Yeah.
This isn't going to be enough. What are you two talking about? Oh, Takumi. A rather late breakfast for you this morning, I see. Team leader privilege, I suppose. That's very funny. Spare me the slider marks. No, I think I love her little slider marks. You two are like a protagonist and an IC class president who secretly likes him. What a pair. Well, let's not say that. Sure. I love how Takami's just so used to jokes. She's like, sure, okay, fine. Seriously though, what were you guys talking about? I'm running an errand for Saray. An errand? That's right.
Yeah.
I'm in the process of developing a fabulous new weapon, but I'm a little short on materials. I was asking Shizuhara to help me procuring them. It's not often that Hiroko does what Saray asked without a question. What kind of weapon is this? An explosive loaded with undying flames. It's small but has a blast radius large enough to wipe out a whole squad of invaders. Jesus. It's basically a compact version of missiles in the defense room, but even more deadly. That would be pretty cool if we could use that in battle, right? We could easily use it to defeat a commander, or Vexnus, or herself. Really, even her? That's pretty amazing. The only downside is the construction process. I was hoping to get your help too, Sudo. I sent Shizuhara to ask you yesterday, but you weren't in your room all day. What were you up to? You could be honest, I was having a chat with Nozomi, but I guess that there's already doubts in Nozomi. But it's like, hey, like I trust Nozomi. Be honest. Sorry about that. I had some things to take care of. After breakfast, I was tied up getting a temporary tattoo ready, and the evening I was in Nozomi's room. Yeah, 100%. And like, I think it's not a bad thing to say, hey, I went to check on Nozomi. Whatever, I can handle procuring the materials on my own, so you just do whatever it is you need to do, Takami. Whatever I need to do. She must mean resolving this issue between Nozomi and the others. I do think Hiroko looks at us and like tries to push us in like to being a leader sometimes too. Is this Hiroko's weird way of being compassionate? I think so in a way. I think she is. I think she's in her own way. She wants the well-being of everyone to be safe. She wants everyone's well-being to be a top priority, you know? I'll take care of it. See to it that you do. You know what I mean? This is like so like not even it was a tsundere. I think it's more just a case of like somebody who like doesn't want to directly reveal their feelings but does want to help at the same time, you know? Now I'm going. I don't want to waste any time. That's our Shizuhara, breezy, beautiful, and cool. Thanks for getting the materials for me. Ignoring Tsure's flattery, Hiroko quickly exited the doorway. I better start by recharging with a meal. That's fair. After a quick breakfast, I returned to my room to think things over. Getting free time? Probably. It'd probably take Nozomi a little longer to figure out her answer. I wish things would move along faster, but I'm just going to have to wait. Now then, what should I do today? So, I think that it's really cool how Hiroko is acting around us. I think Hiroko has been kind of like realizing that like we are a bit under pressure, and instead of like undermining our leadership, she's more like being herself and kind of being like, make sure that you get that done, huh? Make sure you get it done. Which is a really cool thing to me, honestly, that we even have someone like that. Because again, I feel like she's a very tough love type of person, but in a way that's not toxic. You know what I mean? Like she's very much like do it yourself, figure it out yourself. But there's like a slight push of like support from her as well, you know. But it's in her own way. Let's check out what we need to do here. So we have our grades here. So it might be good to like build up the gym stuff and linguistics. What is? You know what? I think Gaku's also social studies. But Nozomi is math, right? And science is... I had the list before, but I don't have it on me. I should have the list all the time. Science is Yugumu. And it'd be cool if they had it right here, right? But I think they usually have it on the map, that but whoever's like available to talk to today. So like, for example, we have gym and science. And we have social studies as well. I believe that... Honestly, I could probably just look it up. But I think what we might do is we might then like... We want to talk to Gaku. Our stats can like wait. You know what I mean? We want to learn more about Gaku, so we're going to get some more Gaku stuff, okay? So our stats can wait for a bit. And we'll be I think Gaku is social studies, right? I think so. But that's okay. Right? We can have a very high social studies stat and then build the other stats as well. So let's go to a report card and check out some stuff for Gaku here as well. Oh yeah, walk and stuff, yeah. And his basic info is that he likes... What's his hashtags? Cheap items, okay. But we can give him a walk again, right? Cute, not cute, cheap. Cheap, and he likes party stuff as well, right? don't know how much of the stuff we have. Simple toys? I'm gonna save just in case he doesn't like this. Time is like... What did I do? Oh, time is like very, very important right now. It really is. Let's save over this here. Let's check this out again. I'm not ashamed to save scum in this when it comes to this type of stuff. I'm really not. There's nothing in me that feels bad about it. You know, when it comes to these item stuff and the social stuff. Not at all. But I kind of want to keep all my choices in the main stuff, the big thing, the choices as like, something that we're gonna, like, live with. At least for a while. And again, I want to make it clear. You guys have been so nice to be like, hey, he's social studies. Oh, we can check it out here. Let's check it out here. And in fact, we probably should take a screenshot, right? Yeah. So Moko is gym as well. Kyoshika is gym. I would definitely wouldn't mind talking to Kyoshika first as well. Nozomi is not here right now. So she can't... Is that right? Nozomi can't be talked to right now? Right. And then... Tsubasa is science. Gaku social studies. Ima's... Oh, Ima's science as well. So we can build up our science stat with Ima too. So that's fantastic. And then obviously we're, again, like I said, we're going to talk to all these characters if we can. If we're doing all the routes, for sure we're going to be talking to everybody as well. Because I don't think there's one uninteresting character in this game, honestly. Yeah. This should work.
Hey, you're actually pretty thoughtful, aren't you? Keep those gifts coming.
And I love that about Gaku. He's not just like, you didn't have to do that. He's like, keep it coming. You are ready to talk to Jose as well. I actually want to, before we do anything, I actually might want to like boost up our training as well. And just see what we can level up here. So, oh, I miss her every day. Gaku, I want to build up even more. So I think we're going to do more of a crazy shot so we can start mowing down more enemies like this and have more of a voltage gain as well, you know? Moko for sure. For example, this. Hype yourself up and get ready to run wild. Add reflect to user. Adds, oh, that's so good. Yeah, we want her to be built up a bit more as well. We're going to be using her a bit more. Makes sense. This makes perfect sense. It's like a double stun here. Yeah, well, let's use like most of our abilities to get Moko up like a bit more as well here. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm happy with this to build Moko up a bit. You know what I mean? 100%. That's fine with me. That's perfectly fine with me. Okay, so we're probably going to be ending the episode here. And we're going to come back in the next one with more of the Last Defense Academy to see exactly what's going to be happening in the future. The episode length for me, and I don't know how you guys like... I think, you know, for me, it's like okay to have like we did a 2.5-hour episode last time. But I think sometimes, you know, like... if I have other stuff to do, I definitely like, you know, obviously like if I've done other stuff during the day, it's obviously different as well. But I feel like it's one of those situations as well that like sometimes long episodes are good, sometimes they're not, you know? So like really in this episode, what we got was another two big decisions. And I do like in this game the way they've done the decisions that they actually do have like not clear paths, but they're like potential paths in your mind. They're not just like, you know, pick the tissue off the floor and then it's like maybe someone will trip up. Like these are like real consequences that could happen, you know what I mean? For example, like it's like the first choice we had to make in this episode was the idea of, do we tell the secret for Nozomi? And the reason I didn't say anything was just legitimately because like this is a promise we made to Nozomi. We care about Nozomi, but it's also maybe I'm just like it's kind of like a splitting hairs type of situation, but I don't see not telling somebody's personal secret as the same as like lying to people. Now, it is a lie as soon as someone says, do you know something? You say no. That's a lie. Of course it is. But like, I think probably the best answers you can usually give is usually be like, but then with friend groups it kind of works, but in this it won't work. Instantly you know someone knows something. And I think Hiroko thinks we know something as well, but she's kind of like leading us towards trying to figure this out, which I think is very cool too. But the two paths we had there were, again, there's no wrong answers. I think if we told the truth though, there would be a lack of trust with Nozomi, possibly, right? And I think the consequence there would be a lack of a relationship with Nozomi. But the what we got here, I think, was that we got Nozomi we didn't tell anyone what we knew yet. And hopefully, maybe if she feels up to it, she can tell people about it now. Because the second choice was like, to me, like it was difficult because it's Nozomi's personal things that happen to her. But at the same time, there was no way on the first route that I'm doing here that I'm going to do a thing like that now. Because again, while we love Nozomi and all this stuff, everyone else matters too. Like, you know, we have a full host of characters here who I adore with a passion, you know? I mean, we have like one of the best cast of characters I've ever played with in a video game, because like, look at all these characters. It's just an absolutely impressive cast of characters, and even the Rumis, who I love dearly. And I feel like if we said this lie to them, for me personally, it's like I'm betraying their trust to a crazy degree. But secondly, though, like I said, I'm just repeating what I said a million times. If we lied about that, we'd have to lie again, and again, and again. And then what happens if they ask us only for information, all this stuff? She couldn't answer it. That's just end of it. And I talked about this at great length, so I don't have to talk about it again or like drone on about it again. But that's how I feel. And in this case, it's not making Nozomi. I don't think the choice was making Nozomi say this, which I think is great. It's actually, instead of making Nozomi say this, it's actually like, give your opinion on what you should do. There's nothing wrong with that as a friend. If you say like, oh, I think you should tell people because like they would understand, and I'd make sure they understand, and like I'll be here to support you even if they don't. But it's different if and he didn't say this, which is why he's fantastic as well. Takumi didn't say you should say something, or you will say something. If not, I will. That would be horrible. So I think actually what he like did here was actually like not terrible or anything, you know what I mean? I think there's a difference between like giving advice and like giving your opinion on how things could happen versus heavily implying and forcing her to do it, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's the reason I made that choice, really. I feel like, but I do think the choices in this game are really interesting. I think they actually have like impactful choices that have like fun, I shouldn't say fun, but like for me, it's like in my head, it's not fun. But I can imagine that afterwards, if you were friends who have played this game, debating these choices and talking about these choices would actually be very interesting. As long as you're not being like aggressive about it, but like I think it'd be really, really interesting. So what we have now in terms of the story is we have people just trusting Nozomi at the moment. Hiroko kind of understands that something's going on, but she wants us to figure it out, and she's kind of being very supportive in that sense too. And we have to just like, basically at this moment, it's about getting people to trust Nozomi again and making everyone happy again. Because again, we understand why people wouldn't trust Nozomi at this moment. It makes sense. So we're trying our best to get to that point as well. And that's the point we're at now at this point. We've lost the Rumi, but now we're pushing forward, hopefully, to try and protecting other people as well. But again, we don't know. We don't know what our choice is going to lead to, but they're the choices I made this time around. Crux of this whole thing, I like, saying, summarizing everything. Nozomi is not trusted. We need to find a way for her to get trusted. I suggested telling the truth, but it's up to her, and we'll see how that goes in the end at the same time. A lot of stuff happening. It's funny because like it's one topic, but it's so like heavy that like it's actually encompassing like a whole episode and maybe a couple of episodes. And I think that's like what this game is so good at. They don't like just like brush by their topics or brush by the choices. You will see the consequences, and we saw that with the choice we made at the start of the episode. Instantly they stopped trusting her, you know? That's a consequence of the choice. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Thank you for supporting me and the series. It's always really great to have you guys here supporting everything and watching this stuff. It means the world to me. Thank you so much to my patrons of the highest tier. That's Ty for R2, Jamie Bull, Jana the Banana, the Ghost of Inazuma, Lucius Felix, Ewald Radish, Newstead, Def Traveling Smarky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Peck, Leanne, High Kasperian, Jared being at the highest tier of my YouTube, Royal Gamer 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.